Hello and welcome today to our class of intermediates here at Moya Institute. So today we are going to discuss about clauses. We are going to discuss about clauses. And clauses, these are sentence-like units that are part of a larger sentence. They are sentence-like units that are part of a larger sentence. In short, you can say a clause is part of a sentence, or these are parts of a sentence that either make meaning or some of them don't make meaning, as we are going to see in the grouping that we are going to have. So we have two major types of clauses. Number one is independent clause, or it is also called the main clause. Independent clause is the clause that can stand on their own. That means they can make a complete meaning alone. When they are alone, they can make a complete meaning. While on the other hand, the dependent clause, which is also called subordinate clause, it is a clause that can't make a complete meaning on their own, or they cannot stand on their own. So in a sentence, when you divide it into parts, it can give you a dependent clause and an independent clause. So let's look at an example of a sentence here. The guest speaker spoke for 20 minutes. So the underlined part of the guest speaker spoke, that forms the main clause or the independent clause, because it is conveying a complete meaning. It is giving out a complete meaning. The guest speaker spoke. You can put it like that. So it is a complete meaning. It can stand on its own. So it is called an independent clause or a main clause. So main clause or independent clause. MC is main clause, and then IC is independent clause. While on the other side, for 20 minutes, when you say for 20 minutes, somebody cannot understand what you are saying. So that is an independent clause because it does not show a complete meaning, a full meaning of what it means. So subordinate clause works as subjects, objects, or noun modifiers. What does the word modifier mean? Modifier means they add more information on the noun or subject. And the nouns or subjects, those are what the sentence is about. For example, when you say Muhammad came to school early today, so the sentence is about Muhammad. So Muhammad becomes the subject and at the same time becomes the noun. So we have further examples here under the clauses. So in the first column we have a dependent clause, and then the other column we have the independent clause. So first example of dependent clause, we can say he appeared worried. He appeared worried. Who appeared worried? Although we assumed him. It was routine. So when you say he appeared worried, that is a complete sentence. It makes a full meaning. But when you say, although we assumed him, it was routine, that means there's some information that is missing. So it cannot stand on its own. It becomes an independent, Here, it becomes a dependent clause, and then this one is independent. Becomes independent. So this is independent, while this one is dependent. This one that conveys a complete meaning is independent. The one that do not show complete meaning is called dependent clause. So he appeared worried. That means he was not settled. So it is a complete meaning. It is showing complete meaning. While the dependent part, it shows, although we assumed him, it was routine. So when you start with although, with this like a conjunction, we say it does not convey a full meaning. There's some statement missing. So number two is the exams was thorough. The exams was thorough. That's a full sentence with a full meaning. But when you go to the other side, because it was required by law. That one means there's some information missing. So this other part of the sentence is called a dependent clause, while this one is called a dependent clause. But when you join them, all of them, they form a complete sentence. They form a complete sentence. Let's see, for example, number 1. He appeared worried, although we assumed him. He appeared worried, although we assumed him. It was routine. So that is a full sentence. You can also join the second one. The exams was thorough because it was required by law. So those are full sentences. So when you join the independent clause and the dependent clause, they form a complete sentence with a more meaningful or with a better meaning as compared to the half version. The exams was thorough because it was required by law. That is a full sentence conveying full meaning when you join the independent and dependent clause. After that juncture, we reach at the end of our class.